part of a family driveway on which a meteorite landed in February has been removed and will go on display at the Natural History Museum.
You might be surprised to learn that June 30th is known as Asteroid Day, a commemoration of a staggering event that occurred in 1908. On this day, a massive asteroid entered Earth's atmosphere over Tunguska, Siberia, and detonated with a force equivalent to 185 Hiroshima-sized atomic bombs. The explosion was so intense that it destroyed approximately 2,000 square kilometers of dense forest. While such cosmic collisions are rare, their impact can range from catastrophic disasters to awe-inspiring displays. Join us as we take a look at 16 of such cases. Number 16. The Tunguska Event. On the morning of June 30th, 1908, a massive explosion shook the remote forests of Tunguska, Siberia, Russia, creating one of the most perplexing mysteries in modern science. At around 7:30 a.m. local time, the explosion was so powerful that it flattened approximately 2,000 square kilometers of forest, an area about the size of Rhode Island. The blast was estimated to have a strength of 15 megatons, roughly 1,000 times more powerful than the atomic bomb dropped on Hiroshima. People in nearby villages reported hearing loud bangs and seeing a blinding flash in the sky, followed by a shockwave that felt like an earthquake. The explosion toppled over 80 million trees and left the area silent and barren. Despite the devastation, no crater or significant impact site was found, puzzling scientists for decades. The Tunguska event remained largely unexplained until expeditions to the site began in the 1920s. However, the remote and difficult terrain hampered early investigations. It wasn't until the 1950s and 60s, with advancements in technology, that researchers started to uncover the likely cause. The leading theory today is that a comet or meteoroid, about 60 to 70 meters in diameter, entered Earth's atmosphere and exploded mid-air, 5 to 10 kilometers above the ground, creating a massive shockwave that caused the widespread destruction. Further research supports the idea that the Tunguska explosion was caused by an airburst, when a cosmic object detonates before reaching the Earth's surface. This theory is supported by the lack of a crater, the pattern of fallen trees, and the presence of unusual chemical elements in the soil and tree rings at the site. The Tunguska event has been a crucial case for understanding the potential dangers posed by near-Earth objects. It has driven advancements in planetary defense and the monitoring of asteroids and comets that could threaten Earth, highlighting the immense power of cosmic impacts and the need for preparedness against such rare but catastrophic events. Number 15. Cosmic fireworks in the UK. On the night of February 28, 2021, a stunning celestial show lit up the skies over the western UK. A massive meteor streaked across the twilight, grabbing the attention of everyone lucky enough to be outside. With a fiery tail trailing behind, it looked like something straight out of a space movie, a sight you'd never forget. But this wasn't just any ordinary space rock. It was enormous, bright, and completely mesmerizing, leaving onlookers in awe. Smartphones were whipped out in a frenzy, with people desperate to capture this once-in-a-lifetime event. But among all the amateur footage, one recording stood out. A stationary monitoring system that tracked the meteor's path with incredible precision, offering a rare look at its fiery journey down. As the meteor hurtled towards Earth, the intense heat and pressure built up, creating a dramatic entry into our atmosphere. While meteors crash through the sky all the time, this one was on a whole new level, a spectacle that no one could look away from. Before it met its explosive end, the meteor blazed across the night sky, leaving a trail of light that hinted at the show to come. Then, in a burst of dazzling light and color, it exploded like the most epic firework display ever seen. The night lit up in brilliant hues, and the sky erupted with a powerful blast that echoed across the land, shaking the ground as the meteor shattered on impact. This unforgettable moment left all who witnessed it speechless, marveling at the raw power of the universe. Number 14. Alien meteorite in Namibia. In 2018, the skies over Namibia were lit up by a strange visitor, a meteorite named Oumuamua. This wasn't just any space rock, it was the first known object from beyond our solar system to be spotted passing through Earth's atmosphere. With its elongated cigar-like shape and unusual composition, Oumuamua captured the imagination of scientists and space enthusiasts alike. Unlike typical meteorites, this one had an alien quality, making its way from a distant star system and speeding across the galaxy before reaching our planet. Traveling at a mind-boggling 196,000 miles per hour, Oumuamua's swift journey and peculiar form sparked all kinds of theories about where it came from and what it might be. Some wondered if it was an asteroid, a comet, or something even more mysterious, its origins shrouded in the vastness of space. Meanwhile, in 2008, the residents of Hangzhou, China, were left scratching their heads after witnessing an extraordinary event: a rain of worms. For about 2 hours, worms seemed to fall from the sky, blanketing a small area of the city. The unusual phenomenon was met with equal parts amazement and confusion, as worms are not exactly what you'd expect to see in a rainstorm. Experts think this bizarre occurrence was likely caused by strong winds or a tornado that swept the worms up from the ground or nearby water sources, carrying them high into the air before releasing them back down along with the rain. Though incredibly rare, such events have been known to happen with other small creatures and debris when conditions align just right, turning an ordinary rainstorm into a truly strange spectacle. Number 13. Mysterious inscriptions. Back in 1908, a mysterious stone fell from the sky in Canada, sparking one of the most baffling stories of all time. A researcher stumbled upon an old newspaper article that described the event, and to this day, the mystery remains unsolved. According to the story, a teenager was working in his garden when a blazing meteor shot down from above, nearly striking him. But this wasn't just any space rock. It was covered in strange, intricate symbols that looked anything but ordinary. The bizarre markings on the meteor quickly fueled wild debates among experts and theorists. Was this a message from an ancient alien civilization trying to reach out to Earth? The symbols were undeniably of extraterrestrial origin, but their meaning remains one of the greatest challenges in the field. Scientists and codebreakers have spent countless hours studying the stone, but the cryptic symbols refuse to give up their secrets. The meteor, black and pointy, sits locked away in a local museum, waiting for the day someone can finally crack its code. It left deep scars in the ground when it landed, hinting at the incredible speed at which it was traveling. Found in a secret location, surrounded by heaps of soil, this object has sparked endless theories. Some believe it's a piece of an alien spaceship, or maybe even the craft itself. Why did it fall to Earth? Did it malfunction or get hit by something out in space? No one knows for sure, but this object could be the key to unlocking answers about life beyond our planet. Number 12. The Ultima THU. NASA's journey into deep space took a fascinating turn with the discovery of Ultima THU, the farthest object ever explored, located a staggering 4 billion miles from Earth in the distant Kuiper Belt. This ancient, mysterious object is slowly revealing its secrets, bit by bit, as the New Horizons spacecraft continues to send back valuable data. Each transmission offers a glimpse into the formation, geology, and composition of our solar system, unraveling the history of deep space one piece at a time. Ultima THU looks unlike anything we've ever seen, with its strange snowman-like shape. It consists of 2 lobes, one large and flat, called Ultima, and the other smaller and round, named Thule. The spacecraft managed to fly within a few thousand miles of it, capturing incredible images that show how these 2 parts orbited each other before eventually merging into the odd shape we see today. This formation might just be a window into the very beginnings of a planet's creation. However, scientists remain divided on what Ultima THU truly is. Even with each new photo offering clearer views, we are still in the dark about many aspects of this prehistoric puzzle. Close-up investigations are nearly impossible due to the vast distance, over 4 billion miles or 6.5 billion kilometers, making it a challenge that may take decades or even longer to fully solve. Number 11. Falling birds in Chihuahua. In the quiet city of Cuauhtémoc in Chihuahua, Mexico, something strange and unsettling happened that left everyone baffled. About 200 miles south of Texas, a peaceful street suddenly became the setting for a mysterious event. A large flock of birds, dark against the sky, suddenly fell to the ground as if they had been forced down. In just a moment, the street was covered with black and yellow feathers, with birds flapping in confusion. The video shows these birds dropping to the ground like heavy rain. Most of them quickly recovered, taking off again as if nothing had happened. But dozens of birds didn't make it. Their small bodies lay still on the pavement, forming a scattered pattern of black and yellow. When this video hit the internet, it caught everyone's attention. People started guessing and wondering what could have caused such a bizarre event. Some thought it might have been an accident, like the birds flying into something invisible or getting shocked by power lines. Others suggested more unusual explanations, like interference from new 5G towers or even a crash with a hidden spaceship. Despite all the ideas, no one knew for sure why the birds fell from the sky. For the people of Cuauhtémoc, this strange event raised more questions than answers. The mystery soon spread beyond the city, leaving everyone to wonder what could cause the sky to suddenly turn against these birds. For now, the answer is as mysterious as the birds themselves, flying back into the unknown. Number 10. Mysterious metal spheres fall from the sky. In the quiet villages of Gujarat, India, an unexpected event took everyone by surprise one evening. Just before 5 p.m., 3 villages, Balish, Kambalaj, and Rampura, were suddenly the landing site of mysterious metal balls that fell straight from the sky. Weighing around 5 kilograms each, these objects came from nowhere, interrupting the daily routines of unsuspecting villagers. The first of these metal spheres crashed into Balesh, followed shortly by sightings in Rampura and Kambalaj, each about 15 kilometers apart. The sudden appearance of the heavy, round objects sparked panic among the locals, who quickly called the authorities for help. Luckily, the metal balls landed safely in open fields, causing no injuries or damage to homes. Superintendent of Police Ajit Rajan reassured everyone that there were no casualties, but the bizarre incident left the villagers deeply shaken. Many believed these strange spheres were space debris, likely pieces of junk falling from orbit, which only added to the growing anxiety. As authorities scrambled to figure out what these objects were, samples were sent to the forensic science lab for a closer look. While the exact source of these metal balls remained a mystery, the incident highlighted a much larger issue: the increasing amount of space junk circling our planet. NASA's reports indicate that there are more than 25,000 pieces of debris floating around Earth, with over 100 belonging to India alone. The incident in Gujarat serves as a stark reminder that our skies are becoming more cluttered, and that space junk isn't just an issue up above. It can come crashing down when we least expect it. Number 9. Blood rain in India. In 2001, something truly bizarre happened in Kerala, India. Rain fell from the sky, but it wasn't the usual clear water. Instead, for weeks, the rain had a strange reddish color, leaving people both amazed and worried. What could be causing this eerie phenomenon? At first, there were whispers of pollution or even something dangerous lurking in the rain. The locals feared what this unusual downpour might mean. Scientists quickly stepped in to investigate the mysterious red rain, and what they found was surprising. The red color wasn't from harmful chemicals or pollutants, but from tiny particles in the water. These particles were later discovered to be spores from a type of algae known as cyanobacteria. This algae can sometimes create pigments that turn the water red. As the rain mixed with these pigments, it created the strange, red-tinted rain that puzzled everyone. Despite some odd aspects like the high number of particles and how long the red rain lasted, there was little to worry about in terms of health or environmental impact. The event sparked curiosity and led to a lot of scientific discussions, but in the end, it was just a curious natural phenomenon with no lasting harm. Number 8. Strange bunch of bones. In southwestern France, paleontologists uncovered something truly staggering, a massive thigh bone measuring over 2 meters, or about 6.5 feet, in length. Experts believe this colossal femur belonged to a sauropod, a giant plant-eating dinosaur that roamed the Earth during the late Jurassic period, more than 140 million years ago. These giants were some of the largest creatures to ever walk on land, and this bone's impressive size had scientists buzzing with excitement. The excavation site, known for unearthing some of the world's most enormous animals, has been a hotbed for fossil discoveries since 2010. One of the researchers noted that over 7,500 fossils, representing more than 40 different species, have been dug up at the site. But this enormous femur stands out as one of the most remarkable finds to date. So, just how enormous was the creature that left behind this bone? These dinosaurs were likely between 40 and 50 tons in weight. For perspective, a slightly smaller thigh bone found nearby, which was 2.2 meters long and weighed around 500 kilograms, hints at the sheer mass of these ancient beasts. Beyond the sauropod remains, the site also yielded fossils of stegosaurus and ostrich-like dinosaurs, suggesting that these massive herbivores roamed together in herds. Number 7. The Mysterious Purple Orb. Picture this. You're exploring the deep blue, that vast and mysterious ocean that stretches far beyond what we can imagine. With so much uncharted territory, it's a wonder we've discovered as much as we have. But there's always more hiding beneath those waves, just waiting to surprise us. Take the Channel Islands in California, for example. During one particular expedition, the exploration vessel Nautilus, equipped with a live broadcasting studio, was on a mission to see what secrets the ocean floor might reveal. And boy, did they find something strange. Out of the shadows appeared a glowing purple orb, unlike anything they'd ever seen before. As the crew gathered around their screens, trying to make sense of this unexpected find, one of the hosts suggested it might be an egg sac of some kind. The idea sparked a lively debate about what to do next. Should they leave it alone, or should they take it for closer inspection? Before anyone could make a move, a curious crab wandered over, poking at the mysterious sphere with its claws. As if the orb wasn't intriguing enough, there was a pink glowing ring inside of it that added to the mystery. Finally, the team decided to act. Using a suction tube, they carefully collected the orb, planning to study it later back on the ship. After some examination, the scientific team made an exciting announcement. This purple sphere could be a new type of nudibranch, a marine mollusk. They had never seen anything quite like it before. However, the team also admitted on their YouTube channel, where they shared the video of the discovery, that they wouldn't have a definite answer anytime soon. It could take years of research to confirm if this really is a brand new species. Number 6. The Fukong Meteorite in China. In the harsh, desolate expanse of the Gobi Desert in China, where endless sand dunes stretch as far as the eye can see, a team of explorers made an extraordinary discovery by sheer chance. They stumbled upon the Fukong Palisite meteorite, a find that wasn't merely another rock, but one that sent waves of excitement through the scientific community. Once scientists got their hands on this meteorite, they were absolutely fascinated by what they found. Embedded within its metallic frame were beautiful olivine crystals, sparkling like green gemstones from outer space. These crystals weren't just pretty to look at. They added a unique beauty to this already incredible rock. The meteorite was named after Peter Simon Pallas, a famous German naturalist, and soon the Fukong Palisite became a star attraction among researchers and meteorite enthusiasts alike. But this meteorite was more than just a pretty face. Its true value lay in what it could tell us about the universe. Scientists saw it as a potential key to unlocking secrets about the origins of our solar system and the building blocks of life on Earth. Imagine this. The Fukong Palisite has been traveling through space for billions of years, long before our planet even existed. It has witnessed the chaotic birth of the solar system, making it a time capsule from the early days of our cosmic neighborhood. Digging deeper into the meteorite's makeup, scientists conducted spectroscopic analyses to study its elements. These tests revealed a treasure trove of information, including traces of isotopes and noble gases trapped within its crystals. Each of these clues offers a glimpse into the processes that created stars and planets, providing invaluable insights into the mysteries of stellar formation and the accumulation of planetary bodies. The Fukong Palisite isn't just remarkable for its age or the information it holds. Its sheer size and the clarity of its crystals make it a standout. The way light interacts with its structure is nothing short of mesmerizing, creating a dance of color and shine that feels like a poetic tribute to the cosmos. It's as if this meteorite carries a piece of the universe's beauty, crafted in the heart of a distant star, and delivered to Earth, bridging the gap between our world and the infinite expanse of space. Before we move on, here is today's subscriber's pick. Take a look at this image. The image shows a huge, dark, and strange-looking craft sitting in the middle of a snowy, empty land. This terrifying black space object just crashed into Earth, leaving everyone shocked. Two people are seen near the mysterious object, making it look even more strange. Some say it's proof of something not from this world, while others believe it's just a clever trick. But one thing's for sure, this scene has sparked endless questions. What is this object? Who are the people near it? Could it be a real-life close encounter, or is it just another mind-bending mystery that we may never solve? Drop your thoughts in the comment section. Number 5. Spiders falling from the sky in Brazil. In Brazil, there's a town called Santo Antônio da Platina, where folks sometimes witness something straight out of a creepy movie: spiders falling from the sky. Imagine looking up and seeing dozens, maybe hundreds, of spiders descending through the air, almost as if it's raining spiders. And it's not just the spiders coming down. A fine, misty web floats with them, making the scene even more surreal. This bizarre event usually happens when the weather turns wild. Scientists think that the combination of powerful updrafts and tornado-like winds is what scoops the spiders up into the air. Once the spiders are airborne, these gusts carry them far away from where they started. After traveling who knows how far, the spiders eventually fall back down to the ground, creating this spooky spectacle. Most of the time, these spiders are tiny and harmless, posing no real threat to people. But seeing so many of them falling from the sky all at once can be quite a shock. It's not every day you see something like that. This spider rain is rare and doesn't happen often, but when it does, it sure grabs people's attention. It turns into a big event, with everyone talking about the creepy, crawly shower that's got everyone looking over their shoulders and glancing up at the sky, just in case it happens again. Number 4. The Underwater UFO. While deep-sea diving in the cold Baltic Sea, a group of Swedish divers from the Ocean X team discovered something huge on the ocean floor. They found a large, round object about 200 feet wide which looked like a UFO. This mysterious find has sparked a lot of speculation. Whenever the divers got close to the object, their equipment malfunctioned, causing electrical interference. As a result, they only managed to capture one blurry photo of the object. This photo has fueled conspiracy theories, with some people believing it might be an alien spaceship. Experts in imaging and geology argue that the photo is too unclear to provide any definitive answers. They suggest that the spaceship-like appearance is due to the divers outlining the object in the image, which may have created a sci-fi illusion. Adding to the mystery, the Ocean X team has been secretive, refusing to provide further details or answer questions. This has led some to suspect that the whole discovery might be a hoax or an elaborate stunt by the team's leader, Peter Lindbergh. Ultimately, the blurry image and the surrounding stories have left more questions than answers. Whether there was a spaceship or if it was just a trick, the truth remains buried at the bottom of the Baltic Sea. Number 3. Flying iguanas in Florida. When the chill hits Florida, something wild happens. Iguanas start falling from the sky. Picture this. Instead of snowflakes or raindrops, it's these green reptiles tumbling down. It sounds bizarre, but locals have come to expect it when the temperatures drop. So, why do these iguanas drop like leaves? It's not because they're lifeless, but because they're freezing stiff. When the temperature dips below 10 degrees Celsius, these cold-blooded creatures can't keep themselves warm. Their bodies slow down, and they freeze up, making them lose their grip on the trees. Recently, South Florida hit its coldest point ever, at almost -4 degrees Celsius, just as a nasty winter storm was pounding the northeastern United States. Though iguanas aren't originally from Florida, they've become a common sight. But when the cold strikes, they can't handle it, and they start dropping from the trees. The good news? Once the weather warms up, these tough little guys spring back to life. With their long tails, sharp teeth, and claws, they're ready to defend themselves. But remember, it's illegal and bad for the local wildlife to mess with or let go of non-native species like green iguanas. So, watch the show but keep your hands off. Number 2. Meat rain in Kentucky. On the morning of March 3, 1876, in the tranquil rural area near Olympia Springs in Bath County, Kentucky, life unfolds calmly. Farmers are engaged in their usual routines, children are at play, and the scene reflects an ordinary day. But then, something downright bizarre happens. Out of nowhere, chunks of red meat begin to fall from the sky. Picture a space about the size of a football field, 100 by 50 yards being showered with pieces of flesh. Some are small, about 2 by 2 inches, while others are larger, up to 4 by 4 inches. The locals are left staring up at the sky in shock, trying to make sense of this gruesome downpour. Speculation runs wild, as you might expect. Folks start whispering about what could possibly cause such a strange event. The most popular theory is that a flock of vultures is to blame. Maybe the birds had recently eaten their fill of some dead animal, and when something startled them into flight, they vomited up their meal midair, creating a meat rain. But that's just one idea, and not everyone buys it. People suggest all sorts of possibilities. Was it beef, lamb, deer, bear, horse, or even, as some whispered, human flesh? No one knows for sure, and that only adds to the mystery. One woman, Mrs. Crouch, a farmer's wife, was right there on her porch when the chunks started to fall. She was doing her chores when she saw the sky open up and spill this gruesome offering. To her, it was nothing short of horrifying. Mrs. Crouch and her husband took the strange occurrence as a sign, perhaps even a message from above. News of the meat shower quickly spread, and soon enough, the event caught the attention of big publications like Scientific American and the New York Times. People from all over were talking about it, trying to make sense of this weird phenomenon. Scientists and curious folks alike took to analyzing the mysterious meat. Some thought it was a kind of algae called nostoc that swelled up when it got wet, but others believed it was something more disturbing. Tests suggested it could be lung tissue from either a horse or a human infant, which only deepened the mystery. This strange meat had properties of muscle, cartilage, and became jelly-like when wet. What made the event even more puzzling was that there hadn't been any rain that day, making the usual explanations even harder to swallow. Adding another twist to the tale, the well-known researcher Charles Fort later pointed out that just 9 days after the Kentucky incident, something equally strange happened in London. Red, plant-like blobs, believed to be some form of red corpuscles, fell from the sky. Fort suggested that this might be due to atmospheric pressure, drawing eerie parallels between the events in Kentucky and London. Whatever the cause, one thing is certain. The meat rain of Bath County remains one of the most peculiar and unsettling mysteries of the 19th century, leaving everyone who hears about it with more questions than answers. Number 1. the Winch Meteorite. In February 2021, while lockdown had the world feeling dull and stuck, the quiet town of Glare in the UK experienced something truly amazing. The night sky, usually calm and starry, suddenly came alive as the Winch Meteorite blazed through the atmosphere. This fiery rock from space put on a breathtaking show, bursting into pieces that scattered across gardens and driveways, leaving the townsfolk stunned the next morning. For those who woke up to find bits of the universe on their lawns, it felt like something out of a dream. But the real wonder wasn't just in the meteorite's fiery display, it was in what scientists discovered about it. This space rock wasn't just old, it was ancient, dating back 4.6 billion years. That's older than the dinosaurs by billions of years. As researchers dug into its secrets, they found something even more incredible. Inside the meteorite were compounds that looked a lot like the water we have on Earth today. This hinted that the meteorite might be connected to the very water that flows in our rivers and oceans, bridging the gap between the cosmos and our planet. The Winch Meteorite didn't just light up the sky, it lit up the imagination of scientists, offering a rare chance to study the early building blocks of our universe. Every fragment was carefully analyzed, giving us a glimpse into the forces that shaped not just our world, but the entire cosmos. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in our next video.